better to be early than late, especially when you have back-to-back-to-back appointments. Despite all your rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. That's terrible.
Yes, yeah, I've been watching a lot of your videos on YouTube, and I subscribe to that, and then
that's the exact reason why we have that channel. It's definitely not for YouTube ads, because it tends to bring in the type of people who like kind of the nerdy side of sales plus the actual sale. So for cold approaching, have you just done phone, or have you done door knocking as well?
I've done door knocking for real estate in the past. I don't know if I was going at the wrong time. I was just not getting people to answer the door. Like,
all right, I will chat with you soon.
All right, Carlos, thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
You too. I mean, but honestly, like, Denny's is just Waffle House for people who don't know how to fight.
Yo, they still Oh my God!
It's a beautiful place. It's a place of harmony. It's a place of America. You can get greasy food for $3 and you get entertainment. I mean, what's not to love about Waffle House?
Yeah, you're right.
And the thing is that Waffle House is actually really clean. You get to see everything that's going on. This guy is Gene. He's a German guy with a German partner. And really fascinating dude. He was interested in solar in the past. He heard a lot about it, especially when he was in Germany, where they have a lot of solar systems over there. And so we're going to go ahead and close him up and take care of his house. It's also funny is he has a huge vape.
This is 7.3?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Still alive.
That's a 1,000,000-mile motor right there. It's just getting broken in.
I know.
Yeah. So was your brother was going solar in LA?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he had that.
He's going to have to get his system turned on soon by April, or else.
Oh, really?
The net metering is going to get swapped out over there. Yeah, they have the utility out there is Edison. I worked in that area for a long time doing solar. Mm-hmm. So I know you had some questions for me today, so I answered one of them earlier. We were talking about in cases of hurricanes, things along those lines. So for the system, we have the insurance already placed on there, so any acts of God are all covered. I think I've mentioned the word force majeure. So that's hurricanes, in case anything along those lines happen. Did I get a chance to show you the picture of when a hurricane went through Houston and what happened to the panels?
No.
Okay, let me show you real quick. They require a very specific type of racking system that goes up to 225 miles an hour so that panels won't fly off.
Okay.
But even in areas in which they don't have that, take a look at this. This is in Houston. Yeah, where the panels didn't fly off, but the composition shingle did fly off in those situations. Now, but yeah, it's just all up to you. Right now, thankfully, we don't have to do a re-roof. We're fine. The way it's set up, structurally sound, and everything else. Now, what you had mentioned to me earlier was taking a look at with and without a battery. So without the battery, it was exactly $199. With the battery, it comes out to $262. So it's about $60 more with the battery.
Okay.
Now, the batteries we use are made by Enphase, which is a German company, I think, as I mentioned earlier. With their battery setup, it has that trickling system that you're talking to me about a little bit earlier. So it'll continue to provide the battery at that time with power, even for extended power outages. Stating that your use of power obviously dictates the feasibility of the project. But what happens is rains for a good amount of time, and then it's just super sunny and light. And it's generally not 100 degrees outside right after it. So we're not going to be in too bad of a situation there, but if it's something that you are genuinely interested in, I can put in the change order form to bump up the price to that $262, and then you would get the battery with that. Is that what you guys want to do, or are you just good without the battery? Yeah, so California's dealing with rolling blackouts pretty consistently in those situations. And the reason for rolling blackouts is not a nature issue, it's a bad governance issue, because what happens is that as California, Southern California specifically, has closed down a lot of their local power stations, the majority of their power is actually getting shipped in from Arizona. And so what happens with these rolling blackouts is they just go, okay, well, we're tapped. We don't have any more power. So what we do is we'll just turn off power in certain areas, not in schools, not in, hospitals and things like that, which is why, and this is a totally side thing, but it's really smart if you're in California to live right by a school or right by a hospital, because your chances of your power outages are way lower than if you don't.
Right.
But
5-year panel manufacturer warranty, 25-year no-cost warranty, meaning you'll never spend any money to keep the system going. Right?
Okay.
25-year inverter warranty, so the inverter themselves, if any of them go, that's covered. 25 years for the leak-free roof penetration. I'm just going to keep saying the thing instead of saying 25 every time, because it's 25 for the whole thing. Workmanship and materials warranty, so workmanship as in anything that we need to do, because the big thing is this is what's called a production guarantee.
All right. When is the start date when they actually come by
And install the system.
for example?
Now, the time between tree trimming and the solar installation, I'm not going to give you like, oh, they're going to do it the day right afterwards, because it all depends on kind of when those slots come in. We're doing about 1,000 installations a month with that installer, so they are a little booked up. But realistically, on the long end, we're talking 8 weeks from now for the installation of the solar system, and in the short end, closer to something like 4 weeks.
Okay.
So, no news is good news. So if I'm not telling you something or keeping you up to date, you can feel free to call me. But I'm just going to let you know. And 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to tell you we're waiting on permits, because Clearwater just takes a little while for permits.
Okay.
If you've tried to get any, as you've tried to get work down here, permitting out here is a little. So yeah. So once the system, just because the system's on your house doesn't mean it's turned on yet. So if you still get a bill that month, they'll be like, oh no, the system hasn't been turned on. All good? Cool. Oh.
it's a big one. The solar panels. Yeah, they're going to be on that side. Yeah, they'll be on the back side. Okay. God bless, guys. You have a good evening. God damn, I'm good at my job. His life is good. He's going to get his tree trimmed. Everything is wonderful. Hot tip for you guys: if you have someone wet signing a doc, for instance, something like a notice of commencement, it is rude to hover over them while they're signing it. When someone's signing a form, they don't like people looking at them in general. So just be busy doing something, moving something around, and just having a lighthearted conversation with them to make it kind of relaxed, because it is a relaxing thing. You're just pulling permits, that's legit it. But there's just a kind of intensity to physically wet signing a document that you can easily offset by looking busy, looking happy, and having a good time. You just got a chicken right there before you, bud.
He's literally about to open the back door.
Okay, he's far enough? Okay, I don't want to run over a chicken. I'd feel really bad. Something that ends up getting people a little strung up and leads to a lot of no-shows is this scarcity, this fear mindset when it comes to how to handle your leads. The people say, don't call a lead before you actually go out there. Because they think in their head, if I call them, then suddenly out of nowhere, I'm gonna lose that sale. It's not strictly true. There is a 1 in 50 chance that if you call before the lead, that it can end up ruining the situation. But then you probably weren't going to close that deal in the first place. So confirming is a professional thing to do. When someone gets cable, when someone gets an AC serviced, when they get a roof inspection, any of these things, someone's calling them beforehand. It actually demonstrates more professionalism, prevents you from actually wasting your time, and allows you to have a little bit of less stress on your day-to-day, right? It's not really stressful if you only have 1 lead a week. Yeah, just go to there. Do you think people who are worth $4,000 an hour don't confirm before they go somewhere? A great way to de-escalate a situation. Let's say, for instance, you can tell that the wife and the husband need a word in between your close. Now, you have the option of going, well, I'll give you 48 hours to talk about it, then I'll come back. Well, then you just removed all of the excitement and luster of everything you just presented. Just use a bathroom break. Literally just go, hey, do you mind if I use your bathroom real quick? Go hang out in the bathroom, not for like 5 minutes, because that's weird, and then they're gonna have questions. But even just a small little moment like that, where they're just able to breathe and go, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do it. Gets you the sale. So those little pauses, whether it's in the way that you're speaking or literally the bathroom break, can help. If you know that it's going to be it's a real conversation, you go, hey, listen, I've had a customer call me about 3 times. Do you guys mind if I just take a quick call so you guys can chat? And then you walk out again. That gives you an extended leeway as well. Either option can help you out a lot. I look like a madman right now. And pop a hat on, bud.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Sergio.
Come in.
Good to meet you, man. This is the second house I've been to in a row with a black cat.
Oh, really?
That makes me happy. Do you mind if we spot over on the table real quick,
sure,
just so I
go
can
ahead.
jot some things down? Yeah, you know what a Russian blue is?
We do have a Russian blue.
We have
You
one.
have a Russian blue. She has a Russian blue.
He's here somewhere.
Okay, so let me get this over to my. When you were initially looking into solar, though, was it for like a finance thing? Was it cash? Was it lease?
It was lease.
Okay, so I'm guessing that was Sunrun. Sunrun is the only real leasing company out here for solar in the state of Florida. So basically, and so you got kind of introduced on that way of going solar. Here, let me show you something really quickly. So basically, there's about 3 different ways to go solar. So one of them is leasing, right? The issue that I find with leasing is a couple, and having a mortgage background, I have a lot of issues with leases, namely because it makes it hard to sell your house. Right. So when you lease a system, y'all don't actually gain the tax credit for the solar. Now, obviously, you only have 3 months of electricity usage. What they do is a couple things in those situations. They take up your winter months so we can get a better idea of kind of how much electricity you're going to be using throughout the whole year. And then what they do is they base off the square footage of the home and the zip code. Electricity bills out here don't flow in the same way as in places like I'd say California, where in the winter months it actually is just cold the entire time. We got it was 84 degrees at Christmas time this year. I mean, it just fluctuate a lot. So ACs get turned on and off quite a bit. Let me get this moved over here so we can get the correct numbers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over here, if that's okay with you guys, just so I can, because I got to jot a couple things down. Your bill was $138, but if your actual electricity, it was only $62 made up that whole bill.
Okay.
The rest of it is actually these fuel charges. The thing is that most folks, whenever their bills are under $250 a month, they don't play investigation on their bills because, again, it's just like a bill is just a normal thing that I kind of pay month to month. Mm-hmm. And so this is not a direct representation of your bill, but this just kind of gives you an idea. Essentially, what happens with TECO is that you're renting your power, where they can raise the rates whenever they want, and if you were to ever sell your house, you don't get any of the money back from TECO, right? Like if you give them $10,000 over the course of 5 years, if you sell the house, you don't suddenly get a check back. That's the home value. You can gain a tax credit, and then it prevents any rate increases. So unlike with TECO, where their bill goes up year after year, or with probably Sunrun, when we were looking at the lease, did he mention it'd go up 1.9% per year?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, California's filled with leases, so I got really accustomed to kind of learning those.
You got your mortgage out. Yeah. Picked up or anything.
So financing went through fine. So it's pretty simple. It's a 25-year, and this is everything we literally already covered as far as warranties, maintenance, monitoring, insurance, and all the other good stuff. Any major changes that occur where we go literally we have to use another portion of the roof, then you have to sign off saying, okay, it's okay that we use that other portion of the roof.
Yeah. Well, if you ever go to Ohio, you definitely got to go to Cincinnati.
Literally looks just, yeah, it's so funny. Hey, buddy.
Nice meeting you.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
Good to meet you too.
All right, guys.
All right. Y'all take care and have a great night.
Thank you.
And that, my friends, is how you get 2 deals in just a couple hours. I believe I've just given out maybe $20,000 to $30,000 in federal tax credits, so that's a damn good day. If you guys are looking for jobs in places like Tampa, Miami, San Diego, LA County, make sure to click in the details. click subscribe because you want to see, well, you want to see more of me. And go ahead and click one of these 2 videos because God knows you're going to like one of them.